Okay, congrats, you're going to Disney World. Now, what should you be scared of? The rides, the characters, the weather maybe? We've got 6 things you should not be scared of in Disney World and 3 things that you probably don't realize you should be scared of. Coming up on DFV Guide today. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. This is a fun one I hope it's fun. I think it's fun. We're gonna help relieve your fears and your stresses, telling you 6 things you really shouldn't be worried about. But stay tuned till the end because we do have 3 sort of unexpected things that you may not realize you should be scared of before you head to a Disney World vacation. Starting up, things you should not be scared of, the rides. Most of the rides in Disney World are pretty tame. You're not going to find the world's tallest or fastest coaster here. There's plenty of rides without height requirements for little ones, especially in Magic Kingdom. So your little ones are going to find plenty to do here, a lot more than they would maybe find in other theme parks. There's a lot of good introductory rides if you're testing your kiddos or your own tolerance to those scarier rides, or there's taller rides, or there's faster rides. And if you're thinking about introducing your kids to those roller coasters, we would recommend trying out Barnstormer over in Magic Kingdom, then Slinky Dog Dash in Hollywood Studios before you graduate to Big Thunder Mountain or Space Mountain. Now, if height requirements aren't your problem, but you're a little bit concerned about motion sickness, there are a few rides you'll want to avoid or at least be aware of. The 3D and simulator rides like Flight of Passage, Star Tours, Mission Space. Although the green side of Mission Space is a lot tamer than the orange, you'll still want to be cautious if you have issues with tight spaces or claustrophobia. Then there's jerky rides like Dinosaur. That can be one of the scariest rides, and it's also very jerky on your body. And then spinning rides like Primeval Whirl, Astro Orbiter, and Mad Tea Party. You can always choose not to spin your teacup and you'll only have the motion of the ride on that one. But don't be scared of the rides overall. They're pretty tame and you can see most of them to decide ahead of time which ones are right for you and your family. Now, quickly, let's talk about characters. A lot of kiddos are scared of characters. Of course, you shouldn't be scared of characters. They're not going to hurt anybody, but just familiarize yourself with where they are so that you can be prepared. A few characters are out in the parks like the Country Bears in Frontierland, but most characters are in designated meet and greet areas, and you can find those on your Times Guide at each theme park. Now, if you go to a character meal, they will come around to your table, but if your kids are not down with Chip and Dale and the others, you can let the cast member handler know that they don't want to meet those characters. A tip we hear a lot is to let your kids watch the characters from afar, and if they're interested, they can get closer in their own time. Next thing you shouldn't be too scared of in Central Florida is the weather. Orlando is known for some crazy weather patterns, and it can be pouring down rain in the most terrible thunderstorm you've ever experienced, and then all of a sudden it's the most gorgeous sunny day you've ever seen. So there can be surprising weather in Orlando, but as long as you're pre-planned ahead, you're going to be okay. Now, with hurricane season, which is what most people are scared of when they think about being scared of the weather in Florida, and by the way, hurricane season usually runs from June to November, so we're coming right up on it here. We do want to ease your worries that hurricanes rarely come to Central Florida, and if they do, Disney World takes good care of the folks that are there. So during Hurricane Matthew, when the parks were closed, there were tons of characters out in the hotel lobbies entertaining guests. Restaurants were offering discounts on food, so you could have a meal that typically would be really expensive for a complete steal, and also other food options were available in the lobbies of the restaurants. So Disney's actually really good during a hurricane, even though it's happened very rarely, so you could still have a good time. Usually the parks are only closed for 1 or 2 days. Now, if it's raining, there's plenty to do at your resort. You'll definitely want to pick up a calendar of events so you don't miss anything like art classes at Art of Animation, wine tastings at Animal Kingdom Lodge. You can head to Disney Springs, catch a movie, or go bowling. Lots of things to do while it's raining. We have a whole video about that right up here. Now, you guys are saying, AJ, what about the heat? Should I be scared of that? Yeah, probably. No, I'm kidding. Once the sun comes out, things can get hot, so bring that sunscreen and plan to take breaks. Being out in the Florida sun all day can wear you out, so go to the pools, take your break in the middle of the day, go take a nap, get in the air conditioning. Also, plan to eat at restaurants with air conditioning instead of those outdoor restaurants. That way, you can make sure that you get a cool down time in the middle of your park day. And in early spring and late fall, temperatures can change pretty drastically from day to night, so be sure to pack an extra layer if you're not planning on stopping at the resort shortly after the sun goes down. Now, the third thing you might be scared of in Disney World, but you shouldn't be, is finding food that suits your diet and allergy needs. Disney is really accommodating with allergies and special diets. In fact, they've won awards for that. So here's the process. Guests should contact Disney World directly to discuss allergies or other dining needs before they go. We have a whole chapter on this in our DFB guide. If you've bought our DFB guide over at DFB Store, we have a whole chapter on allergies. We've also got a lot of information on Disney Food Blog about allergies in Disney World. Next, be sure to specify your dining allergy when you check into a table service restaurant and remind your server as well. A chef should come out to talk to you about the menu options or walk you through the buffet. But note that allergen menus are more and more available at Disney World table service restaurants. I think there's about 100 plus restaurants that do offer allergen menus now, which tell you which dishes are okay for you to eat. And these days, more often than not, I actually get an allergen menu when I sit down, even if I didn't ask for one. So if you don't see one when you sit down at your table service menu, be sure to ask for one. They'll probably be able to get you one. Now, when you dine quick service, if you have any questions or concerns, ask your cast member at a quick service location or snack location. They should be able to pull up ingredients for you or get a manager who can give you information about the ingredients of the items at that location. And don't forget, a new plant-based cuisine guide just debuted at Magic Kingdom. So this is a brochure exclusively for vegetarians and vegans to show you what's available in the Magic Kingdom. We caught a few mistakes in it when we saw it, but overall it's okay. But be sure to double check and make sure when you go to that location that is a vegetarian or vegan item. Now, if you're eating keto, gluten-free, vegan or vegetarian, there are going to be options for you all over the parks, and more options are coming in every day, it seems. But the one location that hits most dietary needs is going to be Sanaa over at Animal Kingdom Lodge. They do a really good job with all of those. All right, next thing you might be scared of, but you shouldn't be, is modifying your plans last minute. Now, I know you guys worked so hard to book those dining reservations and those fast passes at 60 days ahead and 180 days ahead so that you wouldn't have to worry about changing your plans or fixing anything. But things come up. Maybe someone isn't feeling well, your kid really needs a nap, maybe you can't make it to that dinner reservation that you made 6 months ago, and you're already within that 24-hour Disney cancellation window. Don't worry, Disney can help. Of course, they are not required to remove the financial penalty from that. They do warn you ahead of time that there is a financial penalty, but there are a few things you can do to try. Go to guest services or concierge in your hotel, and they can be incredibly helpful with changing your plans last minute. Just remember, they're not miracle workers. It always helps to be nice. Also, you can use My Disney Experience to modify your fast passes and dining reservations. You may be able to book reservations last minute if you're wandering around and realize everyone needs dinner like right now. And a lot of times, if you're trying to modify something that's already within its cancellation window, they'll tell you to call. So you can always call the dining line and change your reservation for a later date to avoid those cancellation penalties. Shouldn't say always. Usually you can do that. Next thing not to be scared of in Disney World, getting around the parks and the transportation. I think the concept that Disney is as big as 2 Manhattan Islands really scares people, that it's huge, that there's tons of buses, monorails, minivans, boats, and more to get you around the park, or the parks, I should say, and the resorts. There is a lot of space and there's a lot of ground to cover, but Disney has actually laid it out really well. You shouldn't be concerned. Just make sure that you are researching ahead of time so you know what to expect. We also have a whole video on transportation in Disney World explaining everything you need to know about transportation in Disney World right here, so you can go check that out. But here's a little mini lesson right here. So buses can get you pretty much anywhere and everywhere you need to go at Disney World, and you can check bus times on that My Disney Experience app, which is a great way to get everyone out of the room in the morning saying, hey, the Magic Kingdom bus is on its way. Then you've also got the monorail connecting Magic Kingdom and Epcot along with the Magic Kingdom resorts. Boats are available between Hollywood Studios and Epcot and their respective resorts, and between Disney Springs and Port Orleans, Old Key West, and Saratoga Springs resorts. Now, the Skyliner is coming this fall. That's going to connect guests staying at Art of Animation and Pop Century, Caribbean Beach Resort and Riviera Resort, and Epcot and Hollywood Studios. And if you need to get somewhere really, really early or after the parks close, you can always contact a minivan. This is through your Lyft app on your phone. Minivans are available in those extreme circumstances when you're late or no other transportation is running. They run till about 12:30 in the morning, and they run all day. So that's going to cost a little bit more, obviously, than a free transportation option through Disney, but they sure are nice. And you sure don't have to wait through 3 or 4 buses to get back to your resort. And of course, if there's no minivans running, there's always Lyft, Uber, and taxi that you can take around the resort. So you're never going to be sort of left somewhere. And you don't even have to worry about getting yourself to and from the airport. The Magical Express will pick you up and drop you off both ways. And minivans also go to the airport now at this point. And there's also a new railway in the works that will potentially connect MCO Airport with Disney World. Info is still coming on this one, but Virgin Trains is in talks to make this one a reality. Okay, last thing you should not be scared of. Now hang with me here, you guys. It's forgetting anything. Don't worry too much that you have to pack everything. You don't have to pack everything. Orlando is not in the middle of a desert. There are actually stores around. They have diapers there too. So don't worry about not packing everything you need for your vacation. You'll want to pack some essentials, but you don't need to bring everything. I liken this to being very different from when you pack for a cruise, where you're not sure you'll be able to get someplace that sells diapers, or the specific kind of diapers your kid uses, that you're not going to be able to get those wherever you're going on the cruise. This is not the same. You'll be able to get to a Target, to a Walmart, to some sort of big box store pretty easily. Even if you have to take a cab both ways, it's going to take you about 8 minutes to get there, so don't worry about that. You can always go pick stuff up if you run out of like that particular applesauce that your kid's eating this week, or you lost your charger, or any other disaster that can happen. There are also several grocery delivery services that can pick up things from stores around, like Garden Grocer, Instacart, or even Amazon Prime Now, which is different from Amazon Prime. You set up a delivery time like you do with the two other services mentioned. Now, these companies will deliver to the bellhop station of your resort and probably won't incur the same $5 per box shipping fee that Disney Resort has put on items that you have shipped from regular Amazon, FedEx, UPS, or some guy in a sedan. Those you'll have to pay $5 per box, but the grocery delivering companies you probably won't have to. So just get everything sent to you. If you need to order something overnight, you can probably do that too if you don't want to take a cab. And in terms of packing your park bag, remember you don't have to bring everything into the parks either. Both the first aid centers and baby care centers have lots of items that you may have forgotten that you can pick up. And the resorts also have essentials too if you need them, so you can grab those there. So don't pack everything. Don't be scared of forgetting something. You can always buy something there if you really need to. I know you moms and dads out there are sighing a collective sigh of relief. At least I hope you are. Now we're down to the things you should be scared of that you probably aren't. So the first thing is stress. I know you're on vacation. I know you've been counting down to this vacation for like 5 years, but believe it or not, that sort of buildup equals stress. And I say this a lot in my videos because I think it's really important for people to be prepared for that there is going to be some stress. There is going to be some FOMO. There's going to be some, oh my gosh, we're not going to do everything. And you should just resolve right now to not do everything and instead have a good time, enjoy your family, do the most important things, and just let everything else be gravy. Don't get so worked up over everything being perfect that you forget to have fun. And especially don't be like Aunt Susan and have a fit if you don't make it on every ride in the Magic Kingdom on your first day. It's not going to happen, Aunt Susan.
No, we gotta get on Small World. We gotta go, we gotta get on Small World.
Remember to be patient. Be patient with your kids, your spouse, your family, and with cast members, because everybody can be having a bad day. So just try to make everybody's day a little bit better, and then things are going to go much better for you. And don't forget to take breaks. You're not going to enjoy your trip if you're tired and grumpy and sore from running through the parks. Take the time to have a nice long meal with your family, sit and people watch, or enjoy an afternoon by the pool. I'm headed to Disney World with my son this weekend. Daddy's staying at home because he's got to work. And I know it's spring break. My plan is to go on Toy Story Midway Mania one time each day and then go to the pool the rest of the time. You know, I mean, we're just going to take it easy and chill and relax. And I'll probably do a couple of voiceovers in the room. So get ready for that. Next thing you should be scared of, blowing your budget. There's no denying that Disney World is expensive. We all know this, and it's getting more and more expensive, and it's easy to spend those big bucks if you're not setting a budget in the first place and not really paying attention to the money that's going through that magic band of yours. So keep an eye on those souvenir purchases and all those snacks you're putting on your magic band. Just because you're not literally forking over the cash doesn't mean you won't end up with a terrifying credit card bill at the end of your trip, because I know little Jimmy really wants that souvenir, and you're in the Magic Kingdom and it's magical, and you should get that. Believe me, I buy stuff all the time that I shouldn't buy, and then it ends up like broken, and he never plays with it again when we get home. So just put some thought, be logical. Does he really need that? Does Jimmy really need that? Anyway, you know what I mean, moms and dads and other caregivers. Here's another tip for those souvenirs for the little ones. Don't forget you can buy them ahead of time on sale from shopdisney.com, which is actual real park merchandise that you can get on sale ahead of time, and then give that to Jimmy when you guys are in the parks. Jimmy won't know the difference. Will you, Jimmy?
Mike Wazowski.
Now, there are ways to keep costs down. You know we're always going to help you solve the problem here at DFB Guide. Check for special offers like room and package discounts, or even stay off-site. There's some great deals to be had at hotels nearby that are really nice hotels, and they offer some of the same amenities Disney World Resort guests get, like extra magic hours and park shuttles. So check those out. Definitely see if you can save money on the hotel with discounts, packages, or staying off-site. Now, you can also use those grocery delivery services we mentioned earlier to have breakfast and snacks on hand at your hotel. Bring some food. Bring your own food into the parks. I know I'm Disney Food Blog, but you don't have to buy Disney food all the time. It's expensive. And then, of course, there's those loyalty programs from the non-Disney owned restaurants, like the Landry's loyalty program that gets you priority seating at Yak and Yeti, yay! Reward points and $25 on your birthday. There's several other awesome loyalty groups to join. Earl of Sandwich has one, Sprinkles has one. Ways to save some money on some of those meal options and snack options, especially in Disney Springs. So check those out. Again, we got a whole, I always tell you this, we have a whole chapter on that, like painstakingly researched chapter on that in the DFB Guide. If you want to go pick that one up at DFB Store, we work really hard on that chapter because I think it's really important. It can save you a lot of money. Now, it also might be worth looking into whether joining an affinity group can save you even more money. So having that one person in your group get an annual pass gives you access to merch, restaurant, and activity discounts, as well as the opportunity to get a Tables in Wonderland card, which gives you even more dining discounts. So something to think about. We've got a video about that as well to help you crunch the numbers to see if it makes sense if mom or dad should get an annual pass. And the third thing that you should be scared of is planning. Yes, Disney trips are hard. They're confusing, they're stressful, they're overwhelming. You have to know where you want to eat 6 months in advance. That's crazy. You just had a baby? Guess what? He's going to be eating solid food when you go to Disney World in 6 months. Yeah, that's crazy, right? Yeah, so you got to figure out what he wants to eat. And of course, planning ahead really is the key to having that smooth Disney trip. So keep track of the dates your dining and fast pass windows open. Make those as soon as you can. And then you can sit back and relax a little bit until you have to get packing. Don't forget to sign up for My Disney Experience. It's super helpful with keeping everything organized for your trip. Connect your family and friends ahead of time so you don't have Aunt Susan, who's not on a fast pass, and she's freaking out over here because she can't ride Big Thunder Mountain with the rest of the family. Once you arrive on property, you don't have to worry about transportation. You can take Disney's Magical Express to and from the airport, but if you do want to rent a car, go ahead and book that ahead of time so it's ready to go. Now, if you're totally intimidated by the number of restaurants at Disney World and have no idea where you want to eat, check out Disney Food Blog and our DFB guides to simplify things. We've got tons of resources for you, from our snack guides to all the info on our blog. You can get honest reviews from every restaurant in Disney World over there. And if you want to make things even easier for yourself, plan your vacation with a Disney travel agent like Small World Vacations are the ones that we recommend because we think they're awesome. And they'll get you all set up with the Magical Express, help with your fast pass and dining reservations, be able to give you any extra assistance and other tips you might need. So you can head over to Small World Vacations and just talk to an agent and see if that makes sense for you to go that route too. So there we've got 6 things you should not be scared of in Disney World and 3 things you should probably think about beforehand to make sure you've got those all sorted out so that it's not a disaster waiting to happen when you get there. I hope this is helpful for you guys. This is a ton of information. So please let us know in the comments what you guys think. What's been your experiences with these sorts of things? What do you think you should be scared of in Disney World? And what are some things that a lot of people are scared of that maybe they shouldn't be? We'd love to hear your comments and your anecdotes in the comments as always. Thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for watching. This is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.